Alright, time for some Spiral Knights. Outbid. Ooh, I was outbid on something. Hang on, we gotta go to Haven. I'm gonna try and outbid the bidder. I'm bidding on a ship wheel for a pirate look. Still gotta find the right sword, but that's another day. I got the outfit. I have like the body, the outfit, and like the helm, the hat for it. But now I need a wheel shield to match. Let's go see. How much crowns do I have? I have 40k? Perfect. I can probably win. Being more later today. I don't think it's... okay, 34. Wow. I put 20k down on that. I can go higher. I can go even higher after I get out of the clockwork today, so... At the very least, if I lose, I'll make someone pay top crown for it. We're gonna go with 40k because that's what I have. That's what I have on me. Outbid that. And if you can, more power to you. It's your money. Because who doesn't like pirates, right? Like, so I'm putting together a little pirate costume for my character, but I'm not gonna wear it today because I don't have the shield yet. I want the shield. Alright, let's go. We're gonna do... What are we gonna do? Munitions Factory, Coral Sun. This one's the Vana one, right? We did Diamond Serpent yesterday, so... I don't know if I want to do that one again today. Yeah, let's do the Silver Queen Gate, why not? With the first dungeon. That'll be fun. Silver Queen it is. Gotta make some crowns in case I'm outbid again. Here when I'm not, we're gonna really worry about damage. We're just gonna tank it and get out of here. Which way are we going here? Okay, I see. Put that over here. Wonder what that little Discord sound was. It's probably just some dumb notification for some random thing. I'm gonna check it out real quick. Okay, yeah, it was nothing important. Just making sure. Get all that crap out of the way ahead of time. Here, we can get a head start on those over there too. That's the elevator, so we don't need to go there till last. Illuminate. An energy gate for 2 boxes? That's such a ripoff. Got him. Alright. That's it for this floor. Okay, we want to check out those other two areas first. Gonna go after the Crimsonite. Hey, big chunk. Very nice. And treasure over here. First dungeon. Welcome into the stream. Yeah, I'm having a really fun time being back in SK. My build is usually... I would usually pay for my extra weapons and trinket slots because I like having 4 pieces of gear on me. But usually I like to use the Valiant's blaster, a sword, and then I like to save the rocket hammer because it does like insane damage on certain types of enemies. And also like a stun bomb. So I like to mostly do normal damage, so I'm kind of always prepared to take on any enemy. And then my shield is a 5-star Owlite shield. I'm just using the lower ranked one as a costume piece because it looks cool. I think the part that I like about Spiral Knights the most though is it kind of feels like I'm playing a Zelda game, like a futuristic Zelda game almost. See how much Crimsonite there is there? Not much. I'll take the Crimsonite chunk for now. I used to use the Leviathan sword, but recently I switched to the Cold Iron Vanquisher because it's basically the same thing, but it has a huge damage bonus against like undead type monsters. So I figured, that's a little bit better. Whoops. There we go. Get that bush too. Any other crowns here? They've done a good job balancing out the lag, because sometimes in the past I've opened those monster chests and there have been lag spikes, but that hasn't been happening recently. A double swing talon striker? That sounds kind of cool. I think I was looking in the weapons shop and there was even like a really expensive like thing of knuckles. Wonder what it's like to use those. I might try out a few different fighting styles at some point in the game just to kind of get into some unfamiliar gameplay territory. See if I like it. Eventually I need to work on my Torto gear too, but for now, just doing arcade runs. I've also been thinking about getting a shield that's like a little bit better at shadow damage, because my Owlite shield is very low shadow damage, so I might work on like a second shield at some point, just so I have something to switch to. I've mostly stuck with the same gear for years. Alright, boss time. Grab that heart. Is there a bush down here too? No. I thought he was close enough, but not quite. A little bit closer. Now he's good at tricking you. He makes you think he's gonna be right there, but then he changes his mind. There we go. Stuck a little bit too close to the bell that time. Should have got his distance while he had the chance. There we go. How much does escape pay out? Let's take the Crimsonite, I think. Ew, that's a little bit less than I wanted it to. We'll see how much we make by Emberlight. Maybe the second part of it will be better. Ghost level? Hey, welcome into the stream. Struggling against ghosts. Those owl banners are always so cool. Oh yeah, these big floating ghosts can be a little annoying. I think the designs of these levels are really cool, but they can be a little annoying to actually play through. I should get rid of my old vials. Get that ghost off my tail for a second. There. Yeah, it's nice when you go in, like, with a party. Always a little bit safer. There aren't too many MMOs that are really that party friendly anymore. I mean, like, SK actually has a pretty good party finding system. So there are a lot of MMOs that are encouraging more solo play these days. Yeah, it sure does. I wish a lot of other MMOs had like a party finder like SK where you can just press a button and it'll search and let you join in. I mean, there's really only raid content in other games that kind of force you to team up with other players. And not everyone's a raider. I'm certainly not the raiding type. There's a switch. Hey, arena. Nice. Arenas are fun. Like, I even hear that's becoming more of the case with FF14. I hear that you can do a lot more of the story solo now than you used to, and the only time, one of the main times that you actually are forced to be in large parties is if you're like doing like a raid or something. The cat armor is pretty cool. I hope they bring that event back. I haven't done that event in a really long time. Like, I quit Spiral Knights back in 2015, so probably did the Black Cat event, like, around that time. Healer out of the way first. Don't want them healing it up. Those fiery cats look awesome. That's one thing I've always looked forward to in MMOs is Halloween events. There's so many games that do really awesome Halloween events. Yeah, they teamed up on me pretty good. Hopefully we'll have a little bit better luck in round 2. Hey, that's a nice piece. I think I'll keep this unless one of these Luminite chunks are... Oh, that one is bigger. I'm taking that one then. And Spiral Knights. Luckily, my sword has a good edge on these guys. I'll make room for that bot later. See where that curse will put it there. That's kind of cool. I used to play, there was like a fan game called like Super Smash Flash or something like that, where someone tried to make like their own version of Super Smash Brothers, but with like anime characters like Ichigo and like Goku and stuff like that. That was back when I was a teenager. Yeah, sometimes they ruin stuff like that by monetizing it too much. I think Super Smash Flash might actually still be around. I think like I saw someone playing it on Twitch the other day. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, I get having one premium currency, but any more than that, it's like, no. You're just trying to get every penny you can out of people at that point. Smash Flash was free. I don't know if it still is. I don't know if they ever monetized it or not. But I think back when I was like a teenager, it was a lot harder to like, it was way more difficult to make like online payments like that. It wasn't as easy to just purchase something digitally like that back in the day. That kind of sucks if your progression doesn't carry over. But yeah, I remember my friends and I in like high school, we found a way to play the game on like the school computers because there was like a site called WiredTree, which basically it was a website that acted like a web browser to get around the school blocking system. So we could actually download like Smash Flash and then like play it in the library and stuff. I think there were about 2 or 3 websites like that popped up that just kind of let you do that sort of thing. Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're monetizing a game, because unless you know that you can get away with it, players are not gonna stick around. That's what happened with, like, MapleStory 2, that was run by Nexon. Like, it got shut down in less than a year, and that's because the game released, and it was fine for a few months, and then they started monetizing it too much, and, like, the game hadn't even been out for a year, so of course they didn't have loyal, die-hard players for it yet, so they just monetized the heck out of it way too early. So we just let them sink. Too bad, too. That game had a lot of potential. Yeah, Mabinogi's still around. I mean, we're not gonna be getting a second Mabinogi game. What's happening there is they're gonna change out the engine and switch us all over to Unreal 5 engine. Yeah, that's currently the plan. In fact, just recently on like June 26th or something, they did like a big live stream party thing where a bunch of like Korean players showed up in person and all that. And anyone that showed up there, they actually got to play on like the Eternity test servers there at the event, and they're going to be starting the alpha testing for Eternity like later this year. Yeah, the graphics are just going to be upgraded. Like some things will change, like the way some like life skills and stuff will change, and like the way some things are. But like overall, it's still going to be the same game, and overall, you're still going to have pretty much everything that you had playing on your old account. Like your account's carrying over too. There'll be some minor changes here or there, but nothing that's like super groundbreaking. There's also Mabinogi Mobile as well, which I've heard nothing but good things about. Like, I hear that's going to be getting its global release sometime this year too, so it's a big year for Mabinogi if anyone's interested in that. Jeez, I ran this level like 100 times during the Tordo event to get those glyphs for the Tordo passes. So I am fried on this level. I am mostly like a Mabinogi like streamer, and like most of my videos are actually about that, but I'm also a Spiral Knights player too, and honestly I'm pretty happy to be back in this game. Like, this game is still very good. It was mostly the lag issues that pushed me away from it. I've had a lot of fun returning. Yeah, some of them can be. I'm really curious what they're going to do to shake arcade up a little bit. Like, I hear they have some sort of arcade update planned. See what's in this deconstruction zone here. These zones are always kind of interesting. There's multiple different ways you can do them. Yeah, there are a lot of indie games and older games just gaining a lot of popularity lately just because graphics aren't everything and some of them look pretty unique. Not to mention a lot of the average stuff that you'd expect to see is just getting super expensive. Like, the new Pokemon game looks like crap. Like, it's only one city, and if you look around, there are all those, like, flat textures and stuff. Like, I don't care how good the combat looks, the scenery sucks. They've been putting low effort into their graphics for years, but that's just the final straw. And then Nintendo will, like, threaten to, like, brick your console if it even suspects that something weird is going on with it or something like that, and, like... So, no, I didn't buy a Switch 2. Forget that crap. I hear, Xbox and Sony raised their prices on consoles recently, too. Yeah, like, that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm more likely to buy the Steam machine or a Steam Deck than I am, like, an Xbox or a PlayStation. And that's because I just trust Valve more. Like, the inflation sucks, but at least they seem to understand gamers better and what gamers want. But you're right, there are definitely a lot of like generic titles with like the same kind of bad new graphics that look so bland that are like $60, $70. Like, I can find a bunch of unique indie games that are usually $30 or less. So like, what's the better deal? Oh, that game's pretty new, I think. Like, that must have come out recently. I've only seen like a thumbnail of someone talking about that, so I'd have to take a closer look at the game. I've been kind of staying away from Nintendo because they just keep making bad decisions that are not in the gamer's interest. It does make me really happy that they failed in their lawsuit against Palworld. I also started playing Palworld a lot just because like it's better than Pokemon. I mean, it's different, but it's like it's something. It's a nice change of pace. And sometimes for animated characters, it's better to go with that animated look. Like a more animated look instead of a realistic look. Like, a realistic look doesn't always look good or realistic for a cartoon character or a character that's supposed to be animated. But no, the last Pokemon game I played seriously was like Sword and Shield. And I admit those games tried out a few daring things that didn't go over too well, but I see what they were trying to do. At least they were trying to be creative with it. But overall, it's just not worth it anymore. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, there are a lot of game developers that aren't listening to their players. They just think that they know better and that they can just do whatever they want and no one will complain about it, so that's why I've ditched Nintendo. Like, I'm not gonna give them my money because if I do, it sends the message that what they're doing is okay, and it's not, at least not for me. Oops. Get these slimes off. Yeah, there's some pretty good emulators out there. I say let them lose money, like, let Nintendo suffer, send a message, you know, stop buying their games and just stick with the classics and what you have and support indie devs instead. And like, it was the biggest mistake Nintendo could make to like go after Pocket Pair for Pal World. Like, they only wasted a lot of money for nothing trying to shut down a little guy. Like, if Nintendo actually listened to their players, they could easily release a new Pokemon game that would rival Pal World in every way. They could easily make a very good open-world Pokemon game that everyone would love. But they don't want to listen to their players and they don't want to put the money into it, even though they would probably make millions off of a game like that. They have the resources to do better, so that's why I'm not going to let them get away with their bad behavior, because it's like, I'm not going to support them when I know they have the financial resources to give players what they want. Like, imagine how much better it would have gone over if instead they took it more as a challenge to make a game that took notes on what Pal World did and made their own open world Pokemon game. Then they wouldn't have looked like the bad guys for going after the little guy, and then they would have also had a game that listened to their fan base that would have gotten tons of support and made them more money than they would know what to do with. I've heard Tears of the Kingdom is actually pretty good. I played it a little bit, but I just didn't get very far in it because there's so many other things to play. But yeah, there are so many games that are copying that kind of like gameplay. I can see why that kind of type of game is getting a little tiring. Yeah, I just don't trust big game companies anymore. Like, I don't trust Nintendo or any of that stuff. 5 games in the Breath of the Wild era of Zelda. How'd that game about Zelda go over? The one where she's like the main character. I didn't really read too much into that, so I'm not sure how well that one was received, but I don't really remember seeing anything overly negative about that one. It's been a long time since I've played a modern Zelda game, too. Like, the Zelda games I played the most when I was a kid was A Link to the Past, and Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, probably. I'm a huge A Link to the Past fan. I probably played that game more times than I can count. I haven't even heard of Age of Calamity or Age of Imprisonment. Wow, I've really been out of the loop on the Nintendo stuff then. I also played Minish Cap and like a little bit of Oracle of Seasons and Ages and stuff, but mostly I just messed around in like the N64 ones and the Super Nintendo ones. Actually, I still have A Link to the Past. I wonder if it still works. I have to buy a Rumble Pack for my N64 on eBay if I want to get that up and running again. Apparently that died about 2 years ago. I wonder how that Ocarina of Time remake will go over. Like, I hear they're doing that. I think maybe that could go over okay, like if they make it pretty much the same, right? Like if almost nothing changes and it's just better graphics. But I don't know. Oh, I see what's going on here. We want to go down this way. Oh, and I also did a fair bit of Wind Waker back in my day. I forgot about that one too. That was more, still more Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and Link to the Past, though. The only thing I disliked about Wind Waker was the fact that the ship times, like the travel time, was too long. Like, it was a cool concept, but it just wasn't... It took too long to get from place to place, but it was kind of fascinating how, like, you could pick up the enemy's weapons after they were defeated, and then you could, like, use their weapons. That part was really cool. No, I never really played the Wii that much. Like, my brother had the Wii console, so I have very little experience with that. I played Wind Waker and even a little bit of Twilight Princess. I played the GameCube versions of those. Never did play Spirit Tracks for the DS, the continuation of Wind Waker. Oh, that's kind of cool. At least it shows that they kind of learned from their mistakes, because they were like, oh, the boating thing didn't go over as well as we thought, but we can't just completely remove it. Let's just give them double the speed then for this version. That's a really smart move to, like, try and fix it. I think I was always a big fan of Majora's Mask because I thought the concept was cool about like turning into like the other characters, like the other races. It was actually a lot of fun being a Goron or a Zora or something like that. $10K by Emberlight, that's pretty good. 10K is about what I aim for when I get to Emberlight. And so far no compounds, that's been really nice. Might do this skate again tomorrow. I think for Skyward Sword, I actually got the Switch version of Skyward Sword, and I only played a little bit of that before I eventually just stopped playing the game. I don't think it was really because there were necessarily bad games, there was just like too many things to play. I mean, I kind of get it, because they were kind of going for, realism, so that's probably why they added it. But yeah, weapon durability can be annoying depending on, like, the type of game. Actually, Ocarina of Time was the first game to have weapon durability. Same with Majora's Mask, first Zelda games. Because there was the Giant's Knife, the one that you could break if you hit like a wall or something, and then in Majora's Mask there was a sword that you upgrade that you could get, but it was only good for like 100 or 500 swings or something, and then it would like turn back into the weaker sword. That's kind of silly, because it's like, the Master Sword is supposed to be magic, right? Why would it lose durability? The Master Sword should not have any durability at all, and then what they should have done was, they should have made it like a decent weapon, but they should have had like one or two weapons that were stronger that did have durability. That way you'd be encouraged to use the Master Sword for kind of like mid-tier content, and then you'd save the stuff that does have durability for like for like the really tough enemies where you want to focus on dealing damage. Oh, that's ridiculous. If it breaks, just have you pay some rupees or something to get it, like, fixed instantly. What's with making everyone wait, like, 10 minutes for that? That's ridiculous. My time's too important for that. I also heard you can do some insane stuff in Breath of the Wild too. Like, I hear that if you know what you're doing, like really early in the game, you can just do something to instantly cheat your way to Ganon, and then like kick his butt in like less than an hour, something like that. After that healer, don't want him reviving his friends. Grab that. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Come on, you bucket of bolts, let's go. There you go. That one's down. Oops. Got a little too close to that one. Yeah, I think the big reason I won't really get into them is because I don't really have the... Oh wow, there's only one spot that requires a key? That's weird. A game like that is such a time investment. Like, I'm already playing one MMO full-time and a couple other single-player games. Well, actually, Spiral Knights makes 2 MMOs, so... I just don't have the time to care about something like Breath of the Wild anymore. Yeah, and some games just don't work out for you. Like, I've tried to get into FF14 about that many times, and I admit it's a good MMO. I see why it has such a large fan base, but it's just not for me, and I've never been able to fully get into that game. Where's that gremlin at? There we go. Oh, first compound. Well, I guess there has to be at least one. Yeah, at a certain point you just have to ask yourself, like, is this worth the time investment or not? I think that's why Spiral Knights works out for me, because, like... Because it's like an MMO where I can just be in and out, right? Like, I can just dive into a level, start doing what I need to do. Because I already play another MMO where it's a big world and it demands a lot of my time. And quite frankly, I only need one of those. But SK is worth my time because it's like I can just jump in here, do a little combat for a little bit, hop out, do other stuff. It's worth my time investment. Also, there is actually an unofficial Pokemon MMO too. I haven't played that one in a while. There's a game called PokeMMO. You can basically like play Kanto, Hoenn, Johto, Sinnoh. Has a couple of like the old regions. Or if I should check out that game again. I mean, like, the whole purpose of playing games in the first place is to have fun, so, like, if a game's not fun for you, don't play it, you know? Hopefully Nintendo will eventually get it right, but I'm sure one day they'll probably fix their company and maybe we'll see them rise up again. But probably not for another decade or so. The attack mechanics in Spiral Knights, I mean, depending on the situation of the enemy, like, sure, sometimes you just have to spam swinging your sword when you're, like, swarmed. Or, like, the Jelly King boss, like, that one doesn't really involve any strategy, you just run up to him and start hitting him as hard as you can. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna play Mabinogi tomorrow and Spiral Knights. Both at the same time, so Mabinogi streams are usually about 4 p.m. West Coast time, and then Spiral Knight streams are at 7:30 for me. Depending on what weapon you use, I mean, I definitely find when I'm using the Rocket Hammer, if you kind of start like a combo with that, it has such force that it kind of just pulls you in. And yeah, you do kind of have to finish a combo with that, which is kind of why it's a risky weapon. Like, you have to know when to use it because of that. Because like once it gets going, it's difficult to stop. Jeez, I still have my tier 1 potions. I should probably use those up when I get a chance. Go and pull this out of here. Third terminal. This is where you access the shadow dungeons. At some point, I am gonna do like a Spiral Knights video talking about like shadow dungeons. Like, I think the shadow keys are too expensive. I think they should like cut that price on the shadow keys like literally in half, at least. And also it'd be kind of cool if we could like install a special like room in our guild halls with like an elevator that could take us directly to this like third terminal. That way we could get into shadow like dungeons faster. I'm going to use mostly my blaster. We'll use caution. That healer is going to be a problem. I'm going to go after the healer first. Then these guys. Okay, no healers, so I can take my time with this. Gotta be careful, those guys spit. Crap. That takes care of those guys. Luckily I have this potion down here. Ooh, crap. I should have been keeping a better eye out on the floor for that. Yeah, of course they have a healer. Okay. Always gonna pick the treasure. I'm gonna go with the Crimsonite this time. I know the Luminite's a little bit bigger, but I want more Crimsonite. Oh, is this one of those sleepy levels? Or is that blue background? Oh, an energy gate, that's probably not worth it. Well, hang on, let's find out what's inside. Have to put my vials if I want to find out what's inside. So, a couple of crowns and some heat. No, that's not worth it. It's not worth 3 energy. I think I make those treasure rooms better. Let's just keep them over there. We may have our own little shooting range over here to get them. Same thing, we'll trap those guys in there. Oh, I see what's going on with that. Alright. This is one where I wish I had my bombs equipped, because then I would have a little bit more time, but no worries. Crap. Oh, they got me good. Those guys. Okay. The pet shield gives you immunity to their sleep when it's when that's going on. Oh, they got me. Yeah, okay, why not? That's fine. Sure, I'll find another spark of life somewhere. Oh, okay, this area. I've done this level, like, coming from this side before. Ooh, 2 lumbers this time. Oh, one more group. Well, fall asleep around these lumbers. That'd be a real painful alarm clock. Oh, hello. Let's lure these guys out of here. Just gotta watch the floor mostly. Make sure they don't try that one technique. Huh, no enemies? Thought something would appear. Guess not. Unless they're all down here. No? Alright. Oh, that's fun. Crap. I was hoping I would have dodged that one, but not quite. Okay, let's do that. Community asleep. Lumber is really close, and I don't like that. Okay, there we go. We got rid of the healer, took minimal damage. That's good. Oh, there's still one of those stupid things left. Get over over here. Ooh, that was a good block. It's hard to get that healer when he's being guarded by the slime and the... I'm just gonna have to go in. Heal from this way. Oh, no, that was there. Heat is for leveling up your gear. So there are like 10 levels for each piece of gear. So like if you have like a 1-star weapon, then you get enough heat to get to level 10, then you can evolve that weapon to like a 2-star weapon, get that up 10 levels using heat, and then the same thing, like... So it's just the leveling system for it. I'm not really concerned with heat that much right now because currently I'm not working on really leveling anything. I am eventually going to work on leveling my Torto weapons, my gear for that, but that's not going to be this week. Crap. I need to be more careful around these sleepy things. Sleepy slimes. Even their spikes are deadly. Okay, I'll take this one down with the blaster, and then for those guys, I think I'll use my pet shield. See all the bushes up here. Do these ones too. Wow, looks like a trap. No enemies come get me? Okay. Thought something would happen there. Oh, now there's a bunch of enemies. Okay, I get it. Why don't you stay right there? No? Alright. Dance around you a little. There we go. Okay, this lumber's extra stupid, so he's just gonna fall right there. Don't have protection from my pet shield anymore. Two floors left for the core. Okay, what are we up against? Let's see what's up here. Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Okay, that's fine. We can dance. One down. Oh, you almost got me. Not quite. Come on, you have to do better than that. Okay, each switch probably triggers a wave of enemies. Let's take our time with this. One at a time. Got him. Go in. Might as well get a few of these bushes, gives my shield more time to recharge, my pet shield. As long as I keep my distance, these guys don't stand a chance. Gotta watch out for their little spikes too. Oh, whoops, I pressed that one on accident. Okay, well there are no healers, that's good. That means we just have to dance around them. I think that's all the sleepy ones. They might get lucky and hit me with like a spike or something, but other than that, this is pretty much over. Oh, so close. There we go. Hey, bigger arena. This one has a healer. Let's go after you first. Ooh. I'm not ready to take a nap yet. They did get me a little bit there. Ah, crap, they got me. Let's give him a little distraction. I think it'll be helpful to have that guy out here just so he can get some of the attention off of me. Ow. Okay, while we have those few seconds of invulnerability, we'll go in, do that. My little helper already dead? Oh, we picked up another one. Crap, I really need to focus on those healers, so we're gonna try and stay safe until that pet shield is ready. Whoa! Oh, that was some luck right there that we got to this guy like that. Okay. Now the main threat is gone. Which are the healers, because that would just make everything take forever. Oh crap. Crap. Sleep. Okay. Help me out, Knight. Let's take advantage of the distraction. Okay, shield up. Nice try, loser. Gotta watch out for that sleepy gas. Oh, wrong pet move. Crap. Because I'm not really looking at the keyboard that much while I'm doing this, so like, sometimes you accidentally hit 2 instead of 3. Oh, that's not good. Come on, let me move before I... Don't give me a finishing blow yet. I got so many potions. Jeez, there's so much sleepy stuff all over the place. Okay, at least we can get one lumber out of there. That green slime. And those sleepy slimes, nice. Not really worried about the poison ones, but now I think we only have one sleepy slime left. The big one, so that's a lot less effort to dodge. Yeah, good try. Alright, now you're all alone. No more lumbers to back you up. Oh, there's another round. Jeez, I thought that was the last one. And that whole area is infested. I might be dead here. Hang on, let's see, I got... Got a couple of tier 1 potions I've been saving, but... I might be in too much of a pickle here. Ow. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh well, we had a good run. That's alright. I don't think I'm gonna use energy to revive. Not under, I guess I could if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna. Alright, well, we almost made it to the core, but not quite. That's alright. Let's see how many crowns we have. 57,000. Nice. So we made some good money at least. How much should I go in there with? I don't know. Make some power dust. How much power dust do I have anyway? We have 5. Okay. So 4 hours is short, 12 hours is long, very long, or maybe very short is 4 hours. And then maybe 12 is short, and then long, very long. That's what I'm kind of guessing. Oh, I got outbid. That's why I have so much money. Okay, I got outbid on the ship wheel. Yeah, there's some... Let's bid more. Because I bid like 40... I originally put down 20k on it, and then that got beat. And then... Let's see if there's even for direct purchase. Probably not. Nope. What does this shield look like equipped? This one looks awesome. It's super expensive. I don't think I'd ever... I don't know if I'd ever buy it, but... Wow, that looks really cool. With the right outfit, that would be pretty awesome. But, Alright, we're gonna make it 50k. That's how much I'm gonna put down for it. Do I have a stack of 10 Divine Dust or not? No, I don't. Crap, I can't sell any of that stuff. And if someone beats me on this bid, at least I can rest easy knowing I made them pay top crown for it. This shield does look pretty cool. I wonder how high this one will go. So if it's a long bid, then like hang on, costume helmets, medium. Okay, so it must go like short, medium, long, very long. Okay, in that case, it's gonna be like ending probably somewhere in the next 12 hours. So I'll check in a little bit later to make sure I'm not outbid. I'm gonna sell some stuff, bring myself up to, like we have what, 6k? I'll bring myself up to 7k by selling some materials. Sell some of those. Okay, that should be good enough. Make a little over 4K extra.
Penny.
That way if I get outbid, I can put up 11K more. So I think we'll wrap up things for Spiral Knights here for today. And I'll definitely be doing more arcade stuff tomorrow.